For me, there's a special relationship between travel and history. I like travel to inform history and history to inform travel. And this is one of the things that drew me immediately when I found your books. I knew instantly from seeing the title, Retracing the Iron Curtain, that this was one of these kinds of books, and I didn't hesitate to get it. I'm wondering how you think about that relationship between travel and history.
Yeah, well, I'm like you. I mean, travel isn't exclusively about history for me, but the history is a big part of why I travel and what I spend my time doing when I go somewhere. One of the, I don't know, revelation is too pompous a word, but one of the revelations, for want of a better word, that I feel I had in writing this book was about how we encounter history when we travel. I felt the need, and I do this at the end of the introduction to the book. I felt the need to explain to the reader, to warn the reader, that the book isn't laid out chronologically, because most history books are chronological. They're going to tell you about an event or a series of events, and they're going to start with the earliest one, and whatever else they do, they will move through chronologically and then tell you about the last one. Couldn't do that with this book because I was determined to structure it as a journey from north to south along the line of the Iron Curtain. And things happened in each place that were interesting at different times. And so I was going to be making the reader encounter 1945 several times, 1989 several times, and so on and so forth. And when I was trying to kind of write this in a way that wasn't apologetic or I hoped wasn't liable to make the person sort of give the book away or not buy it, I realized that actually when we travel, when we visit a city or a country, we're actually very good at moving between historical sites in a totally achronological way. We do it a lot according to the route that is suitable to us coming from our hotel or our Airbnb, making sure that we get to the place where we're having lunch in the right order. And we go to the art gallery and look at the Impressionist art, and then we go to the Baroque church and we see the Baroque church, and then we go to the ancient site and we see that. And these days, lots of us, we tend to bring up the Wikipedia entry for the relevant place or something else like that, and we read about it, we learn about it, and we actually have a very strong association with what happened and when it happened because we are in the place. It makes it more memorable. So it isn't actually more confusing because we're not doing it chronologically. It's more memorable because we can associate it with the physical place we've been. And I continue to think about that as I sort of flirt with different projects I might pursue next, because I actually, as a trained historian, I would always have said that unless you can think of a better way, the right way to do history is chronologically. I actually feel at the end of this that if you're bringing place into the equation, place can trump chronology quite well, actually, because it's so memorable to be able to associate a series of events with a place.